Hey, down in front, asshole!
Welcome to our first episode of the Down in Front podcast. We got Beau.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Say hi.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, guys? This is the Down in Front podcast. We're not doing all that shit.
Episode 1, we just watched Hokum.
Hokum. So, we'll start off. We're going to do our Letterboxd reviews. We'll start off with Beau because his name starts with a B.
Did you guys already put in yours?
I already put mine in, yeah.
All right, I gave... Are we just going to jump into it?
Yeah.
Do you know what you gave it out of 5?
I know it.
In your head? All right. I gave it a 3.
3.
I felt as though there were multiple moments where I thought that the movie was about to, like, catch its stride, and it just never really did.
Okay.
And so I think I put in my review something like it had all of the pieces to be like a really solid horror movie.
Yeah.
And it didn't properly utilize all of them. That's kind of how I felt.
So,
3 out of 5.
All right.
I liked it though. I did like it.
I also did a 3. So I'm not the biggest horror movie guy.
Oh.
Specifically. I like more thrillers, which I did get a thriller vibe coming from it. I do think jump scares are very cheap, and there was like 6 of those.
Yep.
And I'm always like, there's better ways to do horror. There's better ways to scare. But it's just, they kind of reverted to in-your-face, loud noises, and I was kind of like, eh.
I disagree. Actually. Wait, can you guys hear me? I actually disagree with that. So, I gave it a 3.5. As far as jump scares go, I thought I was rather refreshed with how they didn't overuse the jump scare.
Really?
And I actually liked, for example, the thing with the TV. Usually jump scare, like...
What thing with the TV? You mean...
The modern horror movies, right? It's like they almost depend on jump scares, like throughout most of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, it just seemed like they had them few and far in between, enough to make it more effective. And I'm talking about the thing on the TV where you can see his reflection on the TV, and then all of a sudden it comes on and you see the scary rabbit face guy.
Yeah.
That got me good.
Yeah, it got me too.
Because usually they don't get me that good. That one was good.
See, I see what you're saying.
I agree with Beau on, like, the first half of the movie, it kind of felt like it was just kind of all over the place. I wish we had a little bit more explanation with the witch.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
But all in all, I liked the slow burn of it and how it got more and more. I liked the usage of, like, you think it's about to be a jump scare, but it's not. Or like when you're walking down the dark hallway and you didn't even hear or see anything. So you're just waiting on the edge of your seat.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just barely see her face. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Because you would expect it to be like, oh, but not at all.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It leaves you in like a weird place of suspense, so it softens you up. So when a jump scare happens, it gets you good.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
So all in all, not the best one I've ever seen, but I was...
How many stars?
I was surprised.
3.5.
3.5.
3.5 stars.
All right.
Ryan?
Ryan.
I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Whoa! Okay.
High roller.
I've been watching way more horror movies the past few years. And I would say this one and Weapons, like,
I really
like
enjoyed
Weapons a lot.
those slow burn jump scares, like, really got me.
Yeah.
Got chills.
Weapons was really good. I really liked Weapons.
I really just, the only thing for me was the ending of Hokum, where he, like, changes the end of the book. I was like, that's kind of cool.
Okay.
Mind that. I actually
Other
like
than
that.
like, honestly, it was pretty well put together movie.
What was at the very end? Okay, at the very end, that Albie asks him, "Did you drink the flask?" And he says, "Yeah, of course I drank the flask."
Right.
And he reveals that he spiked it with the mushrooms.
I think that was because he killed himself. That was for that. That's why I said I'm partly to blame.
Oh, that was not the. Oh, okay. Okay.
I think that's what it was. I think he was being like, I felt partly to blame, and that's why.
But then he
said
looks at his wrists.
Yeah.
Because that insinuates that
because he tried to hang himself.
no.
I don't know.
No.
I thought it was saying he was at the hospital the first time because he tried to hang himself and he had the mark around his neck. And now, the second time he's in the hospital,
but-
he has the mark around his
But
wrist.
I don't think we saw him drink the whiskey until after his first hospitalization.
Yeah.
And he remember as he's going up to the honeymoon suite, he's drinking it, and then a couple times in the room he's drinking it. And then when it's revealed that there was the mushrooms in the drink, he says or it flashes back to Jerry's conversation with him about how it opens your mind and allows you to see these things.
Yeah.
So what is insinuated
Actually, no, that's good.
by that?
I think what's insinuated by that is that the mushrooms open up your mind, and then the witch can have her. Because
But
you remember
the other guy didn't drink the stuff.
Who?
The guy that what's his name? The guy
Jerry?
the guy that got taken at the end that killed Fiona. And
What if that was a part of the imagination? Because
is it? See, that's what I'm
Because
asking.
they
though.
never
That's,
found his body.
that's what I'm saying. Wait, Is
Which
the
also
reveal
maybe
is the
maybe
reveal at the end that all of it was in his mind?
it could be because he had the
Definitely.
marks.
That's what I'm saying.
But I also wonder, because you remember how he was telling those little kids the story of how the little kids got captured by the witch?
Uh-huh.
You think they were frolicking through the woods and ate themselves a mushroom?
Maybe. I don't know. I was very confused by what was trying to be said with the whole mushroom thing because
Listen,
if
don't
you're
do
saying-
drugs, kids. Okay?
Don't
Because
do
a witch
drugs.
will eat you.
If you're saying that the mushrooms allowed him to have that experience,
Yeah.
whatever his name is, the guy that killed Fiona didn't eat the mushrooms, and then how does he have
that's
the marks?
No,
How's
that's
it-
right.
And then he has the marks on his wrist too, so it's like something happened.
Fiona had that drink, though. Remember, he's like, "Are you going to finish your tea?"
Yep.
So he
That
must have
was
spiked the
mushroom.
mushrooms. Or spiked the tea with the mushrooms.
Or wasn't? Yeah.
It confused me. I still don't really know.
No, that's a good point.
That was like one of the primary things.
Before he hangs himself in the beginning, when they have the black and white part, and he goes into the elevator and he sees the witch,
That's
the first time he does take one sip out of the whiskey.
Does he?
Well, that's when he was dead. Like, that was supposed to be like, oh, hell.
Was it?
I think so, because that's when he was dead. Because remember, you see him hanging,
It would make
and then
sense.
it
That
cuts.
was the one part that
Yes.
was in like black.
That
and
you
white.
see him
Right.
hanging, it cuts to him in the elevator going up,
Yeah.
He
drinking.
was like on the
whiskey.
brink of death.
What if it was kind of like a vision? Like oh, this is what's going to happen, because it does happen, kind of,
Yeah.
with the whole whiskey thing.
Maybe he was already gonna kill himself, and like right before he did, he just took one last swig of his trusty flask.
His trusty flask.
Old trusty flask.
Because they found it on him in the
Yeah.
room. So
I do have. I wrote down some notes. The main character was kind of mean. Wasn't really.
He was like real life.
wasn't
Ryan
really
Griffin.
supporting for him. There was no support. He
I
was,
think they did that because you're watching it for the first time, right?
Yeah.
You're like, this guy's a fucking asshole.
yeah.
And then he kills himself. Or tries to.
Yeah.
So you're like, and then kind of after that, he was never really that asshole again.
Yeah. But I also think.
So, can we talk about
Kind
this,
of
though,
was.
for a second? His fucking assholishness. I mean, he goes to somebody else's country and is just acting like a fucking posturing snob to everyone. Like, he goes there, and
Maybe
the
he should
dude,
have killed himself.
like, the dude killed the goat, right? It's like, he lives there. He has to deal with the goats every day, not you. And he's like, well, you couldn't have just shoot it off.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't have done it. And then he gets in there. The one chick tries to help him out. Are you lost? What does it look like?
I'm glad.
Bitch, I'm glad you got haunted.
I'm glad that was only for like the first 15 minutes,
It was
because if
ridiculous.
that had
Yeah.
continued the whole movie, I
don't think
I would have been annoyed, and I would have been waiting for him to die. the
Yeah,
entire time.
I think though part of it was maybe could have stemmed from like he doesn't think he deserves to be treated nicely.
Yeah,
because he
I'm
caught
sure.
his mom.
Yeah.
I think it's very highly based off.
It was hard
like
to get me on
Stephen
his
King.
side in the first
That's a
half.
very Stephen King kind of character.
Yeah.
He writes these kind of eerie, like dark books, and I don't know how Stephen King is in real life, but do you think he's a nice guy? Do you think he's really calm?
He did a lot of cocaine,
Yeah.
so
Did
maybe
do a lot
not.
of cocaine.
That's yeah.
Um,
But yeah, no, he gave me Stephen King vibes.
what do you guys think about the bunny?
It was kind of creepy.
I liked it. I thought that
I thought
was.
it was antlers at first. I thought she was wearing like the antlers that he saw like from the
I'm
goat.
talking about the TV bunny.
Oh.
The guy that's like the kids'
Oh,
TV
yeah,
show.
no.
And then he like showed up in his bed.
So
Well, you saw
My-
him in the bed first, and then you showed him on the
That
TV.
was
Well, he was the.
that shit was terrible.
Wasn't he on the magazine?
Yes, at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the. But okay, so now here's what I think about that. You see at the very, very beginning that the character of like the bunny on the TV host guy is represented as this like cartoony, like kids fun cartoon.
Yeah.
You know? Then when the main character sees the bunny on the TV, which the only time he would have been watching that was as a kid, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So when you see it on the TV, it's now this like dark, terrifying like version of that, which to me symbolizes his fucked up childhood after he accidentally kills his mom.
And how it manifests in his own mind.
So like
his mushrooms probably unlocked that.
No, it's the drinking, because he sees his mom in the beginning of the movie when he's drinking and writing his book on the stairs. He sees the girl.
Was that his mom?
I must have been.
Yeah.
But that's because of his drinking.
Well, it could be.
I think it's because it's like kind of representation of like a drinking thing.
Like he feels guilty about it. And
I think it's a grief thing, like a trauma thing, where it's like even something as simple as like Mickey Mouse, like call it what you want, but like that's what that character is.
Yeah.
Even something as pure and innocent as that in his adult life is this fucked up, scary thing, and it to me represents how he has carried the trauma from his childhood all the way into his adult life.
Yep. And it just so happens the lady that died
was wearing the bunny costume.
Was wearing the bunny costume.
Yeah.
He had to put it. And but another scene I'd like to talk about though is the bed scene where he draws the line of chalk.
Yep.
What I like a lot about that is that's like a lot of the scary part of like a monster or a demon or whatever's coming after you in the movie is like not seeing it, not knowing.
Yeah.
He's looking right at her through the little veil that's hung over the bed, and it's still terrifying because she's right there.
Yeah.
And he's stuck there.
And the only thing between him and whatever comes with that is a thing of chalk.
Right.
And you don't know yet if it's going to work or not.
Yeah.
And you know what? That symbolism for you remember in the story, the circle?
Yeah.
And then the ring on the table from his drink?
Yep.
And he was stuck in the circle.
Yep.
So maybe that's what the end, maybe the circle symbolizes like his grief, and he's just in this forever loop of feeling guilty about accidentally shooting his mom.
Totally.
And so that's why, at the end, that's probably why they had him change the story. Because he kind of like healed from it. He had that like heart to heart with his mom.
Yep.
And he's like, you know what? He doesn't kill the kid. They're able to walk away from this.
I did like the end. I liked the end with the sand shifts.
I like how he changed it.
Yeah.
And then you see the skull of the goat, which is like also a reoccurring theme throughout the movie.
Also, I think that was supposed to be like the horns on the goat skull. They could have smashed the bottle on that.
That's what
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's the escape from the because he even writes like at the very beginning he writes they are doomed.
Yeah.
And then here comes the key to getting out of like this situation.
Not unlike the key to the honeymoon scene.
It's pretty. There are things about the movie that I really liked.
Yeah.
But it just felt like what it reminded me of, honestly, it kind of reminded me of one of like the modern Resident Evil games, where like it's all kind of confined to this location.
Yeah.
And he was even like doing puzzles like throughout the movie where like he takes the bell off of the like, clock and then uses that to like get up and down in the elevator shaft thing. That was genius. But like I kept being reminded of like Resident Evil like 7 and 8 where like you are stuck in this spot and you kind of keep coming back to the same locations, but things are changing and you don't fully understand what's going on until it's kind of all revealed. Like it was a cool movie. I felt like it never really took what was going on and like fully ran with it.
Yeah. Well,
and then there is the thing about the witch and it's like, what the fuck is going on?
I really like that though. It's like the first half, you're like, is the witch thing real? Is there actually this paranormal, like, supernatural thing going on? Because up until the moment you see the witch, you don't know. Because it's like, there's this witch. This person's dead. They're all of a sudden missing. And then it's revealed that the witch didn't take her. The guy took her and put her in there. And then they go in the room, there's no witch. And it's all this buildup, and you're like, is there even a witch?
So are we saying there is or isn't a witch?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I liked how you don't know really up until that moment if there is even going to be a witch in the movie.
Right.
Because I thought that was pretty. I like that.
I don't know whether or not I think the witch actually exists or not.
Well,
I was convinced that it did until the end, where Albie tells
and
them.
also say they don't find the bodies, and there was never mention of anybody else in the thing.
What about when
Because the basement you would still be able to get to now that the building's burned down.
But what about when Albie, like when he described his first encounter with the witch? I don't think he was on mushrooms while he was working.
What was Albie? Oh, yeah.
Whenever he holds
the light up.
Which, by the way, if you think something scary is behind a grate, why the fuck would you ever put your hand through it?
Yeah.
Why would you like hold it there? Yeah.
He goes
It's just and that's another thing that I appreciate about the movie, because the whole time you're expecting something to grab his arm, and so you're just like in
all
this
you
weird
see is the little
suspense.
face.
They do that throughout the movie.
Yeah.
They like hold you in this suspense. It's like this is what you expect from watching other horror movies, and that's why it was so refreshing to me that it's like you're like right on, and it just doesn't. It doesn't.
There was never that.
And then you're like, and then the next thing happens, and it almost, and then boom, jump scare, and it hits you.
This was another thing I thought. That movie was rated R, right?
Yeah.
That was the most PG-13 rated R movie I've ever seen.
The only thing about it was a dead body.
But even that, you're allowed to have that in a PG-13 movie.
That's true.
Really?
Like there wasn't any like big
Maybe it
like
was just the jump scares. Maybe that's what tips it over.
Insidious PG-13.
Really?
I expect like there's been a big trend with like these like modern horror movies where there's like typically like one scene where it goes like think you saw Talk to Me, right?
I haven't seen something.
You watched Talk to Me, Jacob.
It's a good one. Yeah.
The majority of Talk to Me is probably PG-13 minus like the language until the little brother bashes his face at.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, there's the R rating. And then with like weapons,
Mm-hmm.
most of weapons was, I'd say, pretty tame until the end where all the kids rip her apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I kept waiting for like the R-rated scene.
Yeah.
I mean, when they shoot Terry or Jerry in the back of the head.
But even that wasn't that gory.
It wasn't.
No.
There was like and I'm not complaining about this. I just thought it was interesting that it had the R rating for a movie that was relatively tame, I felt like. I don't even feel like there was crazy language.
There wasn't.
Wait, could it have been that there, because of the mention and the depiction of suicide?
Could be. But
And there was a scene of him hanging himself too. That could have
Yeah,
been-
that's what I meant. Like, they actually show it.
Maybe
That could be.
it was,
I don't know.
Maybe they didn't intend for it to be R-rated, but it's just like that was the scene that it's like, oh, okay, we have to R-rate it.
Suicide.
no, but
like,
I'm thinking of a couple like PG-13 movies that at the very least like discuss suicide.
Yeah.
It could be that. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting that it had the R rating.
I mean, Jaws is rated, what, G?
PG. Yeah.
GPG.
Another thing that bothered me though was the drawing of the circle he was really, really slow for apparently no particular reason other than he doesn't know how to draw a circle. Did anybody notice how slow?
I think that was purposeful to like build suspense.
I know,
It's like
but-
she's coming and he's just
kind of like, I dropped the chalk.
Yeah, they were also really shitty.
Dropping the chalk.
first day on Earth, pal.
I know. He
Did anybody else think of,
successfully draws a circle once.
Did anybody else think of the sea bear?
Yes.
Yeah.
I literally pulled up the meme.
Yeah.
All I could think about was the sea bear.
The SpongeBob Sea Bear.
I really like the part where he's like, well, I didn't think you'd have any visitors in another country. He's like, I wouldn't have had any visitors in my country.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no kidding, asshole.
Yeah, you fucking
You're
suck.
an ass.
It's awful.
Anyone that interacts with you and they keep doing it, I don't know why. You're just a dick the whole time.
Did you guys like Adam Scott?
Oh, yes. I love his acting.
I generally do
I
too.
barely have seen him in anything, to be honest with you. I think I saw him in
stuff.
Parks and Rec,
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers.
Dude, he was
But I
so
think
good
like
at
the-
Brothers.
And yeah, I don't know. I think the last time I saw him was the Jimmy Fallon interview with Mark Hamill. And that was about it.
Hey,
The Jimmy Fallon interview with Mark Hamill. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, he was on Fallon, or I think it was Fallon. And they pull out Mark Hamill, and he's like, I invited you to my birthday.
no,
When he was like 10. And Mark Hamill goes up. Can I have another beer?
Another beer.
Another beer.
You want one?
I'm good right now.
Should we end this camera and then start the next one when he gets back?
We're not too. I think we're all right.
Okay.
But yeah, no.
I got to see the footage of you guys.
Yeah, get the footage in there. I thought it was the not your fault. It's not your fault. Like from what's it called? Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
When it's like, it was an accident. It was an accident.
Yeah.
It was an accident. I just thought of it's not your fault.
Well, that was the other thing. I feel like
It's not your fault.
a lot.
No, it's not your fault.
It's kind of my fault.
It's not your fault.
It's kind of
No.
my fault.
But listen to me.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
You guys are gonna send me into a fucking so.
It's not your fault.
It might be your fault.
No, it definitely isn't.
I got a hunch.
Do you guys like when movies use
No, I don't.
grief as like
A
an
driver?
underlying driver?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Babadook.
That's mine too.
Yeah.
The Babadook is mine too.
How about
I love-
that new movie coming out that's made by
Yes,
say people
it's
that
got
made
the kid.
Babadook.
It's got the kid from Talk to Me in it.
yes,
Yep.
the one that bashes his face in.
Yep,
Full circle.
that's another Neon. Dude, Neon's kind of been killing it.
Mhm.
Neon made this one. Neon
Okay.
made
I didn't realize it was
all kinds of shit. I can't think off the top of my head, but yeah, Neon's been on a roll. I'm excited for
They're
I'm excited for Obsession.
Okay.
mhm.
I'm excited for the Backrooms.
Oh, I'm excited for the back.
the new Insidious. I'm
That's
excited.
The
for
new
it.
Insidious, yep. I need to brush up on all the Insidious movies. I don't think I saw the most recent one.
Mhm.
Was that
one where- There, that one. It's like it's years later, and because you remember on the end of the second one, they get hypnotized into forgetting the whole
Forgetting
thing.
all of it, yep.
So you fast forward to Dalton, the kid. He's now in college. He's
I did see that one
and
then.
he still has these abilities, but he doesn't know. Like he doesn't know anything about them.
What's that one called? You said the Red Door?
It's called the Red Door.
What's the last key? That's one of them, isn't
Is
it?
that Insidious?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't remember. I feel like
Maybe
I
don't know.
started watching it and then I stopped like pretty early on in the movie.
Was it bad?
I can't remember if it was because I didn't like it or because I like was bored or something. I don't know.
Was the third one the one with the girl in the wheelchair?
Real quick. No, let me just come on, Brian.
Go.
Please. Don't resist.
What are you doing?
Just let this happen. All right. What are you doing? All right, Deputy. Come on. No.
Popcorn?
Oh, the cameras are on, so he doesn't want to look uncouth.
Yeah, I don't. I look
Fucking
fine as fuck
fuck.
right now.
You
Look,
guys should.
You look like white French
That's
Montana.
that's
Hey, give me a.
no.
Yeah, I could do it, French Montana.
Yeah.
In your head.
All right.
You're just pissed because I look like
So-
Mix-a-Lot. And I said,
So the driving force in this movie was witches. Jacob, what are your thoughts on witches?
What are your thoughts on witches, Jacob?
Jacob, what are your thoughts on witches?
what are your thoughts on witches?
I think witches are very real.
Really?
Let's dive into that.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear what you have to think about
Let's
witches.
delve further into this idea.
Let's explore the psychology behind this.
And stop putting so much tahini on your fucking beer. And then let's dive in.
I'm pretty sure this has been like because of my high blood pressure.
Yeah, the tahini.
It's good stuff.
You know, when I go
A lot of
to
salt in it.
Kroger's, I get the reduced sodium variety.
Have you guys seen The Witch?
No.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
824.
Yep.
By the way, Neon. How about this? Neon or 824?
824.
Yeah.
A24.
824 takes the cake across the board, in my opinion.
You think Neon's
They have
coming
more
for the title?
variety too.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, wait.
What?
So
You think Neon's coming for the title though?
I think they're trying.
824.
we all agreed on A24?
Yeah.
A24 or what is it? Bloomhouse? Bloominghouse?
See,
Blumhouse.
here's my thing with
Blumhouse.
Blumhouse.
Okay.
I like most Blumhouse movies, but in my opinion, there is a quality difference between Blumhouse movies and A24 movies that I can't ignore.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, every time I watch an A24 movie, it's like you get the entertainment of the movie, but there's also almost always this like underlying message that the movie's trying to convey.
Yeah.
Blumhouse is kind of just like teen horror. in
Yeah,
my opinion,
you
where
get
it's
what
like
you need.
you're gonna get a few jump scares. There's gonna be a couple moments that are like pretty scary. The story's probably gonna be like C tier, and that's it. But I'll always watch them. Like I have zero problem with Blumhouse.
Blumhouse is just textbook. What you see is what you get.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
And
There's not much.
for like, and I've watched horror movies for a long time, so I mean, I think desensitization is
Good
common for horror fans, but there's an element to A24 movies that, like, by the end of it, like Hereditary, I was shook.
A24
The first time.
pushes the envelope. Blumhouse stays within the classic
Yeah.
horror box.
They know what makes the big bucks and they stick with it.
Yep.
Which,
Yep.
I mean, respect, but also, I like artists that take risks.
Yeah, I do too. I'm excited to see what they do with this Backrooms movie because didn't they take on the kid that like kind of was
Kind of like popularized it.
yeah
for
he
the
like
YouTube
made a
series.
bunch of the YouTube.
Well, I think
series,
he's
yeah.
like a main writer on it for sure.
I think he directed.
Is he directed?
I'm pretty sure.
That's kind of
I think
a big
it's like
budget.
I'm pretty sure I remember reading that he was like the youngest A24 director. Yeah.
Has he directed anything?
That series on
That
YouTube.
it?
Yeah, but you say that's it, but it's like if you're gonna get anybody to do it,
Yeah, but
wouldn't
like,
you get the
but
kid?
does
That,
he know what to do with like a budget like that? Because
I don't know. I'm sure he has some guidance. I don't know. We're gonna have to see it. I think it's probably gonna be.
have
pretty
you
good.
seen the YouTube stuff?
Not really. I mean, very limited.
Seems kind of like
I've always been in the pool of thought with the Backrooms that like it was way better when it was just like a 3-sentence like horror thing. When it was
Yeah.
just like you're in this area, they go on
Like a
forever.
creepypasta type deal.
But there was like no monsters or anything. It's just like it goes on forever. You can't escape. There's always just a foot.
it's that eerie feeling of not knowing if there's something.
Yeah,
What I
think
like,
I do agree.
what I like about it is how open ended it is.
that's true.
Because it's like if you've got this liminal space that's never ending, and every now and then something happens, it's never ending.
There's not much to do with it.
No, I disagree. There's more to do with it because it doesn't have rules.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you do a haunted house movie, you have to follow the haunted house movie rules.
Make the structure.
Yeah. If you do something outside of that, unless you're like kind of reinventing the wheel and doing something that people really like.
This kind of was a haunted house movie.
This one was, yeah. I think
Haunted hotel.
Haunted hotel.
Haunted room in a hotel.
They even have the little, what is it called? What's the one dude's name? The one guy at the end? The one guy who's
Albie.
Albie, yeah. Albie in his little outfit. He's like, is that a costume? Because every time you see somebody in that, it's like a skeleton. It's like, oh, skeleton doorman kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. What a character Albie is. Annoying little prick.
You know what? I actually relate to Albie a lot.
Really?
No, remember?
Because you're an annoying little prick?
Or when he said, remember when he said he related to his characters a lot? All right, we're back. We want Jacob to talk about witches. Jacob is a big fan of witches.
There's a good story to be told here.
He's a witch guy.
Here's
Witch
the
guy?
deal. I do, but I think that witchcraft.
Sorry.
I do think that witchcraft is a very real thing.
Yeah?
People practice it. I don't know if it's necessarily what movies and media would have you believe, but there's been some strange things.
Just to pause you there, I do feel like
This one did.
the way that they used like the Irish folklore
Mhm.
to do the witch story, I like that more than just like
A broomstick
there's a witch that
riding,
lives in the fucking basement. Like I liked that there was at least some kind of segue into like why would there be a witch?
Yeah.
Which I still don't really understand why it would be in the basement, but like
How they got it there.
Right.
What's going on.
How they trapped it in the
Yeah.
Right.
suite.
yeah, because they kept saying that the owner, the old guy, like always kept the key. So clearly he, and they even did say that he had trapped it there and that it hadn't been.
I thought the owner was going to come back. And do, like,
Yeah, he never did show.
He
Get
just
any
showed up for, like,
screen time.
he's like, I'm the owner.
Maybe he died
And then he left.
mid-production. He was an old guy.
He was in a
pretty
wheelchair. I mean, they could have.
But also,
Off the hill or
I
something.
could also be in a wheelchair for a... What?
Down
All right, let's
So
go back to your witch.
Witch story. So
Talking to the mic.
Don't think that I don't realize that like all of this couldn't have just been a coincidence. It's a real funny coincidence though. So I knew somebody that their sister, who of course I won't name, she was a self-professed witch. Like she had the crystals all around her house. She did like moon rituals, stuff like that. And when I met her, I was like, whatever, you're just trying to be quirky and,
Yeah, like most.
what I found out later after well, let me preface this first. This was around when COVID was rampant.
Back in 2020?
Like 2019 through like 2023. I don't know.
Started in 20, but
Starting 20.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Well,
yeah.
The whole time it was just like any other shit that I've heard of, like H1N1, the swine flu, all that shit. And I didn't really take it serious at all. I didn't change any of my daily habits, nothing. And I didn't get sick. I never got it. And then, damn, Murphy, dude, I mean, you're
Get up on your ass.
slobber box. Thanks for the bath.
hey, go away.
Anyway, finally I did get COVID. And I got quarantined with,
It's another good movie, Quarantine.
Never saw it.
with the sister of this quote unquote witch.
I didn't see it either.
And she admitted to me that her sister, she's like, oh, she put a sickness hex on you.
What the fuck?
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was like, this is the same girl that she's always like talking about the Bible and Jesus and stuff. You realize by your own logic you're going to hell.
You're going against the thing you're talking
Wait a
about.
minute.
Right.
The sister of the witch told you this? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Now this is the person that I knew, and her sister was the witch in question, the witch.
Okay.
Which?
So while it could have been a coincidence, and this could all just be, I will say it's kind of funny that sickness hex, and then I get COVID.
How long
When
did you have COVID?
I didn't have COVID for the whole like first 2 years.
She told you that before you got COVID?
No.
She told me that after I got COVID.
Wow.
Which is pretty convenient as well, I admit. But
Maybe it was a scare tactic.
even if all the hocus pocus isn't true, it is something that people practice.
Hokum pokum.
Hokum pokum.
What does hokum mean?
I don't know.
He said it.
I think it just means like hooey. Like that's not real.
Is that what that means?
I think so. Or like
Let's look it up.
I'm doing it right now.
Do it.
Hokum is a noun meaning, in its most common usage, nonsense, foolish.
Nice
You're
one.
right.
Wow.
Nice job.
I assume because the like one of two times they said it in the
That's Hokum.
He's like telling him about it. He's like, it's Hokum. Sorry, I'm like leaning all the way
No,
back.
you're all good.
And also,
Go ahead and lean back, lowrider.
Because I thought it was going to be revealed that like one of the people at the hotel was the witch.
See, I
You know?
do remember you saying that. And I thought with the mushrooms, he was.
Yeah.
Like he was doing like
Because that one dude that like fed the chick to the witch, like that bellboy guy,
yeah.
he kind of looked like the witch.
I thought that he was going to be in cahoots with the witch.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think he even like believed in the witch. Like there was nothing to indicate that he believed in the witch. He didn't say anything about the witch.
He did. He did say it. He was the one who put the lighter out. And he saw the witch.
No,
Not
I'm talking about the guy that killed Fiona.
Oh,
left Fiona for dead.
Yeah.
So do we think? Okay, so do we think that? Because I haven't really thought about this.
What if
do we think that he put Fiona into the elevator shaft thing? Did he put her in there to hide her, or did he put her in there to feed her to the witch?
He put her in there to hide her because she was pregnant with
Right.
his kid.
Right.
And he also knew that there was no way out.
But
So-
you know what's interesting is the way she didn't die from the witches. She died in the elevator
Yep.
and came back up. Does that mean that maybe the guy just died in the elevator at the bottom?
See, this comes
We're
back
like
to the
everything.
thing of
Yeah, he took the drink. He was on mushrooms. When he went down there, it was all in his head. He sent the guy down there. He died in the elevator and he's still in the elevator.
who?
The one guy that killed Fiona. Because
What was your question?
I don't have a question.
No, what like you
My
were,
statement.
you were it was a statement with a question mark. You were saying,
So-
does
oh,
that
yeah,
mean
yeah.
yeah.
So he goes down there. He's on mushrooms. The Adam Scott.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Oh,
yeah, sure.
fuck kind of name is
But
it?
you got
Definitely not an American.
what's weird about it is she died in the elevator and stayed in the elevator.
Yep.
Why is she still in the elevator? But
But-
Adam Scott can go and see all that. And the only
That's
time
what
he
I was
hears,
confused.
only time he hears over the like whatever his recording device is when he's walking around there, being like, "I hear somebody."
No, she said that.
Yes,
Fiona
over
did.
his recording device.
Right. But you hear
How do you know if that's real? How does
Maybe
he
she was too afraid to
That's a good
leave
question.
the elevator.
Because he doesn't hear anything about that beforehand.
so yeah.
It randomly turns on.
It comes back to the thing of do we think because
Just like the screen.
if the case is that the whole thing was a mushroom trip,
Mm-hmm.
my review goes down to a 2.5. I
Really?
hate that cop. It's a cop out.
It is a
and I
cop-out.
don't like it at all.
It's just like how, like, if you're watching a TV show and a bunch of integral characters die, right? And you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then they wake up and it was all a dream.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Dude, I don't like that.
That's lazy
When-
writing.
When Albie said the thing of, well, you didn't drink the flask, did you? And then he's like, well, I spiked it with mushrooms. I think I said out loud, please don't do this. Because if the reveal at the end is that the whole thing with the witch and the whole experience with being trapped in this room and all the things are going against you and, you know, you see the thing on the TV with if all of that is the result of a mushroom trip, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like that ending.
See, I
at
don't
all.
mind those.
But I kind of like the fact that it doesn't say for sure one way or another.
Leaves it open.
Because it could
I
just
don't
be,
mind that. Yeah, I don't
it
mind
could
that.
just be that this crazy old dude in the woods is just hopped up on mushrooms.
Speaking of which, shout out Jerry, dude. What a
Jerry
fucking
was
good
good.
Dude.
yeah.
What a good
Jumps
guy.
out of a car and walks,
Yeah.
bleeding with a numb arm.
Yep.
All the way to the
Broken
top.
leg. He's fucked up.
And then
He's
doing
still knows the guy's
Damnedest to save Ohm.
Here's my thing about
He met
Fiona
Ohm
being in
once.
the elevator. So we know that it was like the day after he hung himself that she got put in the elevator and sent
Yeah.
down.
Was
He
it the
was
day after?
out.
I think so
Yeah.
because
Because
it
it was
said
Halloween.
that tomorrow there's a Halloween party tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep. And then when he wakes up in the hospital after that, they say it's been a few weeks. So she's already been dead and rotting, and that's why she looks like
Yep.
that. The chalk that he finds is just kind of on the floor in that hallway. Do you think maybe she, like, knew, because she had the folklore book, she drew, like, a chalk line around the elevator and then just stayed in the elevator?
then- but then-
and then,
but
like,
the
dropped
witch
it when
goes-
she died or
But the
something,
witch goes
rolled
up
down
the elevator.
Yeah.
That's true.
She
the witch
does.
go up the
She does
elevator.
go up the elevator. But at that point, she's already dead. So maybe like the
It
person
has
that's
to be
like,
alive.
It
Maybe,
has to be the
yeah.
person drawing. It's like sea bear rules.
what was I don't fully remember. Remember when he first goes down there, he turns the corner and he sees
That wall.
the outline.
Yeah, like the
He
door.
sees the outline
It
with
was-
all
looks
the
like a
markings
door.
on it and shit that was done with the chalk.
Oh, well, I think that becomes the door with, like, all the underworldly beings in it. Right?
Mm.
You might be right.
I think that's the same wall.
I don't remember.
Because it's, like, at the end of that hallway.
I think that's one of the best parts of the movie.
Is when
is
you
that-
see them all through that door.
And I even wrote this in my review. I said it has a nice mix of suspense and the unease of the unknown. Because there's so many things you don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of what makes it great. Because you don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
I do. Yeah.
So, I'm about to send this down the elevator, though. Cheers.
Send your brother.
Lordy pie.
Did you put up your chalk lining before you went down?
Yeah, you know what we put in there, right? Mushrooms.
But, I mean, they were kind of dropping hints that he was on mushrooms, right? Like, when he sees the two characters in the sand.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Because, I mean, like, if you're on mushrooms and you look at something standing still that has a pattern on it, they'll, like, move around and you'll start seeing.
Well, it's like also from his
Psyche.
yeah, from his like memory, from his like
It's from his imagination.
It's his story, so yeah.
Yeah, I do think it. The more we talk about it, the more I do think it is a drug trip.
Yeah.
That guy that played the main character of his story, he's in others. I've seen him many times before. I don't know
Pull it
what
up.
his name is.
Pull it up. See what it is.
IMDb.
I believe he was in The Walking Dead.
Really?
You think he was in The Walking Dead?
I think he was. He was in a few things.
That would have been the Conquistador, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So, okay,
Yep.
that's Austin Emilio. Shout out Austin Emilio.
He is in The Walking Dead. He plays Dwight.
Boom. I knew.
Crazy.
I knew. I always recognize the face.
Look at you.
Do you know what else he's in?
Hold on. He's in a couple other things that I've seen. I think.
Let this marinate for a sec.
Okay.
Is there anybody you would have rather seen play the role of Hokum over Adam Scott?
Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane.
So you want
It's not a
a
serious
comedic?
answer.
You want
Come
a
on.
comedic
It would have been
aspect.
cool to see a comedic.
What if-
Breaks out into
person
Frank
do a serious
Sinatra song.
role.
What if he plays an animated bear, teddy bear at that, and is going through that as an animated
In
teddy
Boston,
bear?
That leads us into our
In
next
Boston,
episode. We're going to be
Massachusetts.
covering Ted.
Wait a minute. What if he has a real life counterpart played by Mark Wahlberg?
Oh my god.
Mark Wahlberg, though.
You're right. Maybe we can find some random kid
Yeah.
that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought Adam Scott did a good job with the role.
Oh, I do too. I think
But-
Adam Scott did a great job. Are we going anybody, any actor ever? We going over like
Let's say
so like we
alive
could
actors that are like around.
okay.
It would have to make sense. Like you can't do like an 80-year-old.
Eastwood.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Clint Eastwood.
Clint
I stuttered. Okay. Clint Eastwood.
I don't know about you guys. I would have loved to see Gary Busey play the main guy. He would have been
great.
screaming at the witch. The witch would have been afraid of him. I'm off the mushrooms.
Maybe Clint. Not Clint Eastwood. Maybe Gary Busey should have played the witch.
You just see him come out of the.
Are we certain Gary Busey didn't play the witch?
I'm your worst nightmare, butthorn.
I don't know. Sometimes when I'm watching a movie, I can almost the entire time be like, this should have been this person's role.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel that.
I didn't feel that either. I think Adam Scott did a pretty good job. I'm trying to think of actors
Commendable
around
job,
that
Adam
age.
Scott. We love
Because you
you.
got to think, the age range we're looking for is probably like 30 to 45.
What makes you say that?
That's his age range.
Is
What do you
he?
mean for the actor?
Oh.
I think you meant for like the audience.
No, for the actor. Ooh. He's like good right now.
I'm pretty sure he's like in his early 40s though, right?
Probably, yeah.
But he looks younger.
Maybe
He's an actor. I mean,
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg would bring his nerdy, like, I'm thinking, oh, what if we use the clock to use as the button?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, all right.
Yeah.
he's like,
I would take me out.
he'd be like,
It would take me out. I'd be thinking of Mark Zuckerberg.
oh my god, I gotta get out of here. There's a witch in here. I can't. The chalk? No, I can't do
You know what I will say though? Jesse Eisenberg. Have you seen Vivarium?
Yes.
Dude,
No.
he does a pretty good job of playing like Vivarium is a very like mentally draining movie
Uh-huh.
because the premise is like him and his wife or whatever are house hunting
Okay.
and
I
this
think I've seen part
real
of
estate
this.
agent like brings them to this neighborhood. It's one of those, I mean, you see neighborhoods like this in real life where all the houses look the exact same.
Yeah.
There's no distinction between
This is new, like last 4 years?
last 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stuff like that creeps me out.
Well, so
Dude, that
they
you
get
act like
they
that.
get trapped in this neighborhood,
Uh-huh.
and there's no exit at all whatsoever. Jesse Eisenberg does a pretty decent job of playing like a mentally drained character in that movie. So
You don't see him in many roles like that.
no, you don't.
He's always doing the
But that's what I was thinking of when I thought Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah,
I was like, he could
pull off.
do the same as like, you know, he's
What about,
smart and neat things like puzzle solving and shit.
yeah.
in the room.
Well, it's also another
Also-
one where it's all confined in one location, and
Yeah.
it's like I don't know. That might not be a bad pull, honestly.
What about Michael Cera? Anything you've done?
Michael Cera could have done a phenomenal job, and I still would be like, get the fuck out of here.
Hi, witch. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Oh my god. Yeah.
He really, in most of his roles, he really leans into that like virgin character. That's he's very awkward.
Yeah.
It's kind of his shtick.
How about this one? Johnny Depp.
I don't.
Johnny
I
Depp-
know Johnny Depp is a good actor. He's great. I really do enjoy his performances.
You don't think he could play someone who is like on the verge of suicide and then
I think he'd make it too dark. I think he'd bring it to be more.
it's a horror movie.
I know, but I'm talking about like you don't want your main character to
Honestly, though, guys, I think Amber Heard is about as close as he deserves to get to suicide. She was an absolute bitch, and she shit on his pillow. Okay,
Talking to the mic.
give this man a break. Okay,
Well,
you want him to be running for his
come
life
on.
from a witch? He lived with a witch for years.
hard. We're being too hard.
Sorry, you gotta relive the real life.
Okay,
Her
so then you
dog-
just cast Amber Heard as the witch.
Her dog stepped on a bean. All right.
You just hear in the darkness.
That.
It's your pillow.
He opens up all the curtains around the bed. There's just a pile of shit in the middle.
He would be able to beat her with one word: Aquaman. Put on her wig.
Oh my
Drank a mega pint of mushroom fucking whiskey.
mega pint.
Mega punch.
Now, dead actor, but Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would have been interesting.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Heath Ledger.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
He's a great actor. Did you ever see Knight's Tale?
I did see a Night's Tale.
I really want to watch that movie.
It's a good movie.
Really
We should do an episode on it.
Night's Tale? Yeah,
It's great. It's a great movie.
It's called a Night's Tale?
And they use like rock and roll throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Like you would expect.
So it's not like genre-based music?
No.
You would think that they would, and you would think that it wouldn't work, but it kind of works.
Does anybody recall the score from Hokum at all?
No.
I don't either.
Well, I don't think there's any decent scores in any horror movie.
I'm not talking soundtrack. I'm talking score.
Same. Like,
It's not the same.
they're very similar.
No.
What was? I think it was Hereditary.
Hereditary
That one
has a
song
great
that
score.
went viral on TikTok.
What
Hereditary-
song?
It's not like a. What are you talking about? Are you talking about a song? Or are you talking about like a sound? Like
No, I know
like
what
it
you're
was like
talking about.
like it was on the score.
here's the thing: score makes a huge difference in horror. Have you seen Sinister?
It's a good one.
The score for Sinister is not only like one of the scariest horror movie scores that I've ever heard. It is scientifically proven to like the sounds that score has throughout it causes like an elevation in heart rate. It causes like it essentially makes whoever's watching and listening to that score from that movie, it puts you more on edge.
Really?
I don't remember any from Hokum.
I don't, yeah.
Well, there is
When
a
I say
scene.
if I'm talking soundtrack,
Yeah.
I'm thinking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, yeah.
Or like
Well, score and soundtrack go hand in hand. You either have a movie with a score or you have a movie with a soundtrack.
soundtrack is like
The music.
I think musician artist. Score, I think like what's his name?
Orchestra.
Yeah, the guy from like Interstellar and
I know
Pirates
what
of the
you mean.
Caribbean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But to be honest, most horror movies have
the
some
exact same kind of score. They are similar, but what I'm saying, like, okay.
I understand that Sinister might be different.
So I'm not just talking Sinister though. Think Insidious. Insidious has like one of the most. What are you doing?
That's from Hereditary.
You can't play that.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's copyrighted, Brian.
You can't play that.
What?
Resume. That is a good example of this because you think like movies like Insidious. The violin in Insidious has quite literally affected a generation.
Yeah.
Like
Well, there is a science to that, right? Certain sounds put people on edge.
Uh-huh.
And as a matter of fact, early horror movies, there was quite a few of them that you never even see the thing that's haunting someone. They use like certain camera angles and certain sounds to put people in like an uncomfortable space.
it's utilizing a different sense to convey the horror.
And
Yeah.
right, and then of course as years progress, they have to like up the ante and like get gory and this and that. But it did start off. I can't remember what this movie was called, but I watched it in school, and like that was essentially their whole strategy was just like really scary sounds and weird camera angles that just make you like uneasy. It was like the whole premise of it was like a haunted house this guy was in. You never see the ghost.
It's very effective.
It is.
And that's like one of the things. That's why I noticed it while I was watching Hokum. Is I was like, there's so many scenes where it was kind of just silent, and not that that's a bad thing. I think that dead silence can also be like really effective and like,
Especially when you hear noise throughout the movie.
right. But sometimes I feel like the inclusion of like an original sound that's just gonna add a little bit more to the scene. I was kind of waiting on that a couple times, and I just never remembered there being like a sound that like got me. It was always like loud, like really loud like moments, but then it was done.
Was it the TV one that was like really
Some of
loud?
them were like a little too loud. Like it's like, all right,
Well, we're in a
It's
movie theater, so
kind of a
drums
cheap
are
tactic,
yeah.
in my opinion, to like.
It's like silent. Like it's silent for a long time.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
I can be walking around the apartment in a perfectly good mood, nothing's going on at all.
If I
somebody
yelled
blows
really
a fucking
loud.
air horn, it's gonna jump me.
yeah.
It's not scary. It's just it's gonna jump me.
Now I will
would
say,
argue that-
any of the ones with the bunny guy with the giant eyeballs, with or without the loudness, though, that was fucking.
I agree. It's very unnerving.
That was
very
bad,
much
or
so.
that was like bad character design. Bad meaning it was fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I would argue that that's that's like a tactic to scare somebody.
It is a tactic.
Like,
I just think it's
because
kind of a cheap tactic.
It works.
That's why it's cheap, is because it always works. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I don't.
It's the
I'm
tools
not
they have at
saying-
their disposal and they use them.
Right, but you've seen people do it without it, so it's not required. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same thing every time too. There's no new jump scare.
I'm not
it's the
saying.
same jump scare.
Now, I'd even go as far as to say that a really good jump scare with the inclusion of like that
loud
that
noise,
thing
yeah.
that's going to jump you, I think it's absolutely warranted. I think it has a place. But if your jump scare is not that scary,
Yeah.
and you're relying on this loud sound, like a car
It's
honking
always-
at you when
and
you're not expecting it, like
It's the same shot every time too. Like half the time, it's like the guy's holding something, and then that thing moves, and it's like, "Wah!" and there's just somebody there,
Right.
and you're like,
right.
that's not going to scare me if there's no noise.
That was the one in this movie. Was he's about to go back up the elevator, and then he like turns the headlamp, and the witch is right
Yes.
there. It wasn't really that as scary as the bunny thing, right? But it was like so fucking loud.
Yeah. Yeah. That it's
Jesus.
yeah.
And it's like, you know it's coming still, but you don't expect that loud of a noise, so you're still going
But-
to jump.
Even that was not nearly as scary as like he keeps like looking into the elevator shaft
Yeah.
and she's like crawling up.
That
the
one
wall,
got me.
where you can see her face
That
from
one
really
got me.
far away.
And
like
if
coming
I
up.
recall correctly, no loud noise.
Yeah,
that's just
I don't even think
Pure,
I was
like-
scared of the crawling thing. I was
No,
thinking of
that got
my
me.
thought there was, how did they shoot that? And then I was like, okay, they shot it. That's the floor.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
that's literally my thought.
I knew it was gonna happen, and it still got me.
Anytime it showed the two times where it was at the beginning where the Arby's guy or whatever his name is holding the lighter through the grate,
Arby's.
or when he's looking down the hallway and all you see is the witch's face, like barely the
Yeah.
silhouette, and it's slowly moving. That was like one of the scariest moments in the whole movie.
Yeah.
guys ever been scared of a horror movie and you just don't
See? I'm not a lot more.
No, I will say what will forever probably get me in a horror movie is when you can just barely see the face
Yeah.
and you get the glint off of their eyes.
Yeah.
The eye, like the little, what do you even call it? Like the red eye thing that happens.
It's
with
like
eyes?
the reflection almost of
Yeah.
like whatever light source there is. Like yeah,
That's scary.
that's
It's very scary.
very effective too.
Mm-hmm. It's sort of cheap if you think about it. I mean, it's-
Well, I think
it works every time.
I don't know if it works every time. I think it's not like it's more of a build-up. That's
Well,
more
who
of
are
a
you to
build-up thing. That's more of like a what's coming next.
First of all, who are
Not,
Not a human reaction to loud sounds.
Yeah.
If I'm taking groceries in and my mom honks the horn, I'm gonna jump.
I'll show you. a
That's
human
like at the
reaction.
eye doctor when you're doing like the test and your eyelash is up against like the thing, and they puff the air,
Yeah.
and you
yeah.
blink.
Or a
It's like,
doctor tapping
that's
your
a-
knee.
That's a human reaction. I can't change that I blink.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
It
the
doesn't
same
mean you
thing.
scared me. It just means that my fucking faculties
Survival
are still working. Yeah.
Oh, so it's kind of like when somebody slaps you right in the penis and you jump.
I knew it was gonna be so.
I mean, my faculties are still working.
All right.
All right, let's close out. This has
All right.
been the Down in Front Pod, episode 1.
Hokum. All right, everybody, tag your letterbox.
My Letterboxd is BeauStJohn, BeaustJohn.
I actually don't know what mine is yet. Go to Jacob.
My letterbox is ugly centipede. No capital letters, all one word. Ugly centipede.
Mine is Brax52.
I don't.
Have one yet.
And see.